TampaBay.com for exceptional offers. All set to go in downtown Montreal. Here are your starting goaltenders.
Andrei Vasilevskiy, game number 20, 12-4-3 with a .927 save percentage. Did not play in Philadelphia the other night. And Jake Allen, he's game number 20 also, 5-11-2, .907 save percentage. This is his 5th consecutive start.
The Tampa Bay Lightning have won 6 of their last 8 overall. They've got a 3-game point streak on the road. This is game 3 of their 5-game road trip, and here we go. Bellemare starts by winning the draw, and the puck comes to the near boards for Perry, chopped in by Bellemare. The Canadiens are starting their 4th line, which includes the former Tampa Bay Lightning forward Cedric Paquette, wearing number 13. This one's dumped in, and Jake Allen comes out of his net to handle it. Backs it around the boards. There is Paquette. And he'll give it up to Alexander Romanov in his 2nd season as a Montreal Canadien. Banked off the glass. Cal Foote settles it down and puts it the length of the ice. Cal Foote stays in the lineup. Still no Eric Chernak tonight, day to day with a lower body injury. Ryan McDonough in behind his own net. Pass straight up the middle of the ice. Alex Killorn from Montreal. Speaking of from Montreal, there's Gabriel Fortier, number 82. Grew up 15 minutes away from here. Canadiens step in, long range shot, saved by Vasilevskiy on that snapshot from Chris Weidman. Backing up is Cale Clegg, number 43, just picked up off waivers from the Los Angeles Kings to help out a decimated roster for the Canadiens, Brian.
Oh, it's ridiculous. They've got, between COVID and injuries, they've got 10 guys that are unavailable on this team.
Here's Mike Hoffman. Hoffman's shot. He is recently just back into the lineup. Back of the line, David Savard with a shot. The former Tampa Bay defenseman, a good slap shot in his old teammate, and Vasilevskiy's got that with a glove.
David Savard, somebody who's familiar to the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's good at just getting pucks through to the net, and he had net front presence too. That was Jonathan Drouin right on the doorstep, and Vasilevskiy, well aware of him, made sure there was no loose change.
Canadiens control the puck off the draw. Here is Savard dancing around, walks the line, tees it up. There's the blast from Sherratt that's blocked in front. Loose puck at the side of the net. Suzuki tried to center it and couldn't get it out there.
And Cirelli's limping. He's the one that blocked that shot.
Centering pass again, comes to the line, held by Savard. Savard, Sherratt, shot, save Vasilevskiy, and the rebound is banged around the boards by Ruda. Top line out there for the Canadiens, Jonathan Drouin with Suzuki and Mike Hoffman. There's Suzuki, putting around the boards where it's met by Boris Tkachuk. Tkachuk and Colton. It's worked back to the line for Sergachev. Foot, try to find Colton on the backside. And now it's Colton in the corner. Sharp angled shot in there on Allen, and he's not leaning, not fooled, hangs on for the faceoff.
Hopefully Anthony Cirelli is going to be all right, because he has been outstanding every night this year. He goes down, he gets that one, I think, right in the back of the leg. Spun around a little bit too quickly there. Difficulty getting back up, shaking it off now. He's going to get his matchup duties as he always does, but he's scoring goals this year too. It was only 1 goal off what he had all last year.
Puck batted back into the corner there by Allen. Radish stops behind the net, centers it out in front for his good buddy Boris Tkachuk. Childhood friends, now line mates in the NHL. And it's Foot. His pass goes off his skates. And settling it down is the former Montreal Canadien first-round draft pick, Mikhail Sergachev. Across to Colton. Colton, little move, centered it up in front, and it hopped over the stick of Radish right in front.
The Lightning would love to get Montreal down on the scoreboard early. As much as they have struggled, it's been terrible for them. They have not won 2 consecutive games all season long yet. They've scored 20 fewer goals than the Lightning have so far. You get them down early in the scoreboard, they'll start to shake.
Just 6 wins on the season in total in 26 games. Paquette puts this one to the near boards. Romanov with a shot that goes wide. And Chris Weidman hustles over to get it and throws it back in there. That line will change it up. Puck is picked up by Bellemare. Bellemare's pass, looking for Perry. missed the mark, and that is going to be offside against Tampa Bay. Here is tonight's Taco Bell take.
Well, the first key for the Lightning tonight will be speed. I mean, they're playing at their best when they're top speed. I didn't feel like the last two games they really quite got there. And tape to tape, make the passes better. Part of the reason I think that they weren't playing at a high speed is because their passes were off the mark in the last two games against Boston and Philadelphia. Get back in sync, make those good passes, and boy, the tempo picks up right away.
Suzuki waved out of the faceoff circle. In comes Drouin to take it against Bellemare. And Bellemare wins that one back to McDonough. Up the boards, knocked down by the Canadiens, settled down now by Bogosian. Tampa Bay has scored the first goal the last 4 consecutive games, trying to do that again here. Icing waved off. Pat Maroon up there in the forecheck. Mike Hoffman, a free agent signing, his first year here in Montreal. He's been out of the lineup with an injury, had an eye injury. He is a sharp shooter for sure. And this one's dumped in. Back to get it is Hedman. Victor Hedman, who is now alone atop the NHL defenseman scoring race right now. He has been piling up the points of late. Another 3-point game for him in Philadelphia.
That's going to be a great race to watch all season long, though. Victor and Fox and New York Rangers for sure. Ekblad in Florida.
Christian Dvorak trying to get it through to Lehkonen, and Arturi Lehkonen overskated that pass. Killorn back the other way. Cuts across the blue line, but it is offside as they enter the zone.
Well, let's take a look at what Montreal Canadiens are up against right now. All the guys that are out of the lineup. It starts with Carey Price, their all-world goaltender, and at the very bottom, Shea Weber, out long-term, may never return. Edmondson's a stay-at-home defenseman. Paul Byron, and really valuable. Josh Anderson, their best power forward. Jeff Petrie, one of their top 2 defensemen, on and on and on. It's been really tough for them because of that. A lot of new faces, a lot of sort of rebuild attitude, and of course, all the shaking going on because they fired their GM, Marc Bergevin, and nothing has really settled down yet. It's going to take a while here in Montreal.
Ben Sherrod with a long stretch pass, picked off at center ice by Stamkos. They'll step into the zone. Here's Matthew Joseph. Sergachev, wrist shot blocked in front. Hit his own man Palat. Andre Palat gets in on the puck. Bangs in there with Ben Sherrod. And it's lifted back out by the Canadiens. Jake Evans is up in the play for Montreal, and it's taken away by Sergachev. Now Andre Palat has the puck. Banked up ahead. Romanov took that one away from Colton. Ryan Poehling now for the Canadiens. Sharp angled shot, gets his own rebound and feeds the point. Romanov into the corner, right across the goal mouth. That was Caulfield. Missed the target.
Montreal doing a good job moving the puck around, but they're not getting it in the scoring area. Lightning let them use the box formation to move the puck, but they kept them out.
McDonough throws that one out to the neutral zone. Radish is up there, forcing the Canadiens to move the puck. And they do. Here's Weidman, who played in the KHL last year. Has not been in the NHL for about 3 seasons now. And he stepped in Montreal. Paquette to Pezzetta, a rookie. Pezzetta back to the line. There's Clegg with a drive and loose puck. Stretch pass. Almost had Perry, who would love to get one here tonight against his old team.
That's a real valuable play there. Maroon with his head up there and Corey Perry on the fly. Even though it didn't work, it really gets the attention of the Montreal D-men.
13:27 to go here in the first period in Montreal. No score.
Now with so many guys on the injured list and the COVID list, and of course the changes, GM is gone, Marc Bergevin gone. In steps Jeff Gorton, who's now VP of Hockey Operations, and they tried to narrow him down about when he was going to hire a GM. He said, well, the over-under would probably be after Christmas, but they'll have a little committee that they put together. There's Jeff Gorton, who formerly of the New York Rangers, who was doing work for NHL Network Television before he got this job. He's got lots of experience, has been in hockey his entire life, and they've certainly got some work to do. He's just starting his first couple of days. He said, I just have to get an assessment here and a feel for the players and everything that's going on, and look for a GM at the same time.
A very respected hockey man for sure. You look at how good the Rangers are doing right now. A lot of that was built by Gorton.
No doubt.
Jonathan Drouin puts it back to the defenseman Clegg, and now it's moved near side for Kulak. Got away from him. Drouin follows up. Jonathan Drouin, who did not play in the Stanley Cup final, took a break away from the game in the late stages of last season and never returned until the start of this season to deal with his mental health. And by all reports, he's doing much better, which is great news. Here's Kulak in towards the net, and Drouin almost tipped that in on the far post. He was right there. Drouin down low there against Gabriel Fortier. Hoffman trying to get it free along the sideboards, and now it's Drouin. Pinned by Fortier. And it's dug back out again. Taking it off the wall, there is Clegg. Dishes off, that shot off of Hedman and wide of the net. Montreal's had a lot of zone time here in this first period, haven't they, Brian, the first 8 minutes?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Their footwork is good. They're moving the puck well.
Here's a turnover. Romano with a shot. Partially deflected on the way through and kicked out by Vasilevsky.
This is the third consecutive game we've seen starts like this. The Boston game, that first period was wow bad. The Philadelphia game, the first 6 minutes or so was the same thing. Then he came back and smoked Philadelphia 7-1. Now Montreal is on them in the early stages of this one.
Well, the Lightning have the puck down the ice. Here is Stamkos to Joseph. Joseph back to Cal Foote, and his shot is blocked. Joseph playing his third game as a member of the Lightning back in his hometown. He's from nearby Laval. That shot stopped by Vasilevsky. Shots are 7-2 right now in favor of the Canadiens.
Yeah, it's just two teams going at different speeds. Montreal's got more quickness. See how they're on the puck. They're moving the puck more effectively. The Lightning have to get their cycle game going in the offensive zone.
Caulfield to Sherratt. He'll dig that one out. Matthew Perreault puts it up ahead to Caulfield. Caulfield, he's slippery. We saw that last year. 20 years of age. They've got a star in the making. That one goes off the stick of Perreault and into the zone. Approaching the midway mark of this first period, still no score. And it's Zach Bogosian. Bogosian gets the puck back after fanning on the first dump in. Fires it in there. Colton. Checked by Savard. Those are the two guys that hooked up on that Stanley Cup winning goal. There's a shot knocked down in front of Allen. And the Montreal Canadiens leave their zone with some speed. It's Suzuki leading the rush up ahead to Hoffman. He'll lift that one in towards Vasilevsky. He catches it and holds on for the faceoff.
Well, John Cooper's getting some balanced scoring now, and he's got to feel good about that. Early on in the season, the top 6 guys were really carrying the mail, and of course Victor Hedman from the back end. But 5 goals from the bottom 6 guys in Philadelphia, that makes you feel good. Pat Maroon's really starting to kick in. Maroon's now got more goals than he had all last year. And of course, Corey Perry's really starting to go too. Corey Perry, 5 goals and 3 assists for 8 points in his last 8 games. He's got 9 points now on the season. So all good news for John Cooper. Every coach wants to have balanced scoring. You need it in the NHL.
Well, this line right now has 11 goals between them, and they would have taken that when the season started.
Yeah,
no doubt. Here's Perry. Up ahead to Maroon. Rink wide for Jan Ruda, and Ruda dumps that one in. Ruda pins his man Clegg. And it's pulled out there by Maroon. Back to the line for Corey Perry. Belmar in behind the net, checked by Kulak. Centering pass, turned over. Maroon scores! Pat Maroon takes a gift and buries it behind Jake Allen. And it's 1-0 Lightning.
Well, a couple of guys were in unfamiliar positions, but Corey Perry doing a really good job. He was covering up on the point. He'll get the puck around the wall, but look at Belmar release. That was the key to that play. He released from the front of the net and kept the play alive. That trapped 2 Montreal players in behind the net. And then, of course, a fan on the play there by Clegg handed it right to Maroon. The spin around is a really tough shot for the goaltender, Jake Allen. You can see what Allen wants to do. He wants to protect that near side post, probably expecting him to try to turn around and shoot it upstairs. Well, he didn't have his right pad down flat, and the big rig found that hole inside the far post. He's on a roll.
He certainly is. That is his 6th goal of the season. You already mentioned he surpassed last season's entire total of 4. And that is a tough debut for Kale Clegg in his first game as a Montreal Canadien. Fans are more than restless, and there's a chance almost there for Cirelli and tight. Killorn puts that one back into the corner, gets it back along the side boards. Pops up in the air, Ruda settles it down and then bats it right back in there. Allen started to work it up the boards, and now Killorn in towards the net, taken away by Romanov. To the line, not out, slapped right back in by Ruda. Matthew Joseph first to the puck, Romanov gets on top of him. And Killorn trying to work it to the point, and it comes free for Hoffman. Hoffman with a centering pass. Here's Suzuki back to Hoffman, and a bouncing pass pulls him away, but he finds Sherrod. His shot, and Vasilevsky just kicked that out. He got a piece. Now it's Evans. Try to feed it back to Suzuki. Foot digging for the puck. Out by Cirelli, and down it goes.
Lightning are running around on that back check there, and for Cal Foote, if he's going to cross over to one side, then stay with that man, because Cirelli had back checked really well. He had his guy caught up to him, but it almost ended up in a scoring chance on the initial rush. Lightning not picking up the D-men coming late on the play either. So a lot of things to fix on that last rush by Montreal.
Cal Foote puts the puck across to Sergachev, and now Steven Stamkos, off to such a great start of the season, takes the shot, Allen the save, and that rebound goes into the corner. Stamkos, a 3-game point streak on the go, and points in his last 7 games. Then Sherrod in towards the net and right into the glove of Andrei Vasilevsky. And with that, we will take a break with 7:24 to go in the first, and we got a goal. It's Pat Maroon with number 6 on the season, 1-0 Lightning. Papa John's key ingredients.
And he has been a key ingredient. He's just been piling up the points because of that. 8 points last week, 2nd star of the week in the National Hockey League. And he is now the #1 scoring defenseman overall in the NHL as well. 21 assists, leads all D-men, and 26 points leads all D-men. Hetty's got points in 17 of 24 games this year.
And in 10 of his last 12. Montreal with a puck off the draw. It comes across to Clay. In for Caulfield with a shot that was blocked. And this one's cleared out to center ice. Ryan Poehling steps back in, but he is stripped of the puck by Taylor Raddysh. Raddish's pass goes off of Matthew Perreault. This one rolls in on Allen. He'll play that one back into the corner for Clegg. Turned over inside the line. Here's Colton trying to turn and shoot. Banned on it, but it got it to Raddysh. He'll bank it off the inboards, keeping that puck deep. Boris Kachuk. Penalty call coming up here. It's going to be a holding call, and the Montreal Canadiens are going to get the first power play of the game as Kachuk is headed to the box.
Tampa number 13, minor penalty hold.
On the forecheck, the Colton line's good at it. But a free hand right there by Kachuk, fighting for position with Clegg into the corner. It's the free hand always. The referees look at that all the time. You take your hand off your stick and you make any sort of contact, you're going to get called a lot of the time. So the Lightning on the penalty kill, goals against in 3 of their last 4 games. They've allowed 4 goals against in the last 4 games on the penalty kill.
And as for the Canadiens, 30th overall in the power play, but way better on home ice. Overall there, Clegg sets things up, and Canadiens go to work. Kyle Clegg into the slot, back to Jonathan Drouin. Drouin in the corner being watched by Stamkos. Rings it around the wall, and this one gets past Hoffman and down the ice.
This is where they really miss Jeff Petrie. Jeff Petrie is one of the best quarterbacks in the National Hockey League on the power play, and he's unavailable due to injury.
Weber would help too.
Yeah, no doubt.
So many key players and pieces out for the Montreal Canadiens. Puck in behind the net, now in the corner, and it's dug out by Belmar trying to clear it, and now Matthew Joseph just puts this one on the ice. Joseph, who scored a shorthanded goal on Sunday night in Philadelphia. Tampa Bay has shorthanded goals in each of their last 2 games. 1 minute gone in this Montreal power play. Mike Hoffman starts out. Takes his time and then drops it off as he heads to the bench for a change. At center, Chris Weidman will kick it back to Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki, and they'll step back into the zone. Puck hopping around in the corner there. Cirelli reaching for it. And it comes back there for Weidman. He'll shovel it in on the backhand, but that caught some of the netting. And we get the whistle with 32 seconds remaining in this power play.
Well, when your special teams are both ranked number 30, like the Montreal Canadiens are, it adds to your woes, because when you get behind on your power play, you need that extra juice. You have to be able to use those opportunities to score, and they're 30th overall. And then, of course, penalty killing speaks for itself.
Caulfield takes his time, sets things up. Little bang pass to Poehling. Here is Suzuki. Poehling walks out, gets a shot away. A little bouncer on him. Didn't really get to where he wanted it to go. And it's cleared by the Lightning. Under 10 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for Tampa Bay. Kachuk on his feet as he steps into the box right now. They've killed it off. Vasilevsky to McDonough. Montreal 0 for 1 with a man advantage so far tonight. Here's Perry, winds, shoots, and Allen got a piece of that with a blocker, and it goes up and out of play. 1-0 is the score on this Tuesday night in Montreal on Bally Sports.
Got 5 goals in his last 8 games. Nice pass by McDonough. He'll take a look in the middle, but he's got some room. What does he do? Fires the puck. I love it. He was going top shelf, far side. Good save by Jake Allen. This, it looks just like the shot that Taylor Radish scored on in Philadelphia the other night. 2 very similar shooters. Puck just jumping off the stick, and Corey Perry, I love seeing him shoot like that off the rush. That's the kind of player he is.
Here's Joseph off the draw, and a shot and a save made by Jake Allen. Had a chance to talk to Corey Perry today, and I asked him, how was it playing in Montreal? And he said he didn't really get a chance to with all the COVID shutdowns. Puck rolls back into the corner. It's picked up by Andre Palat. Here's Zach Bogosian. Bogosian up to the blue line for Joseph. And Joseph moves it ahead to Palat. Ryan McDonough steps in over the line. Snaps a shot that goes off a leg, and it's gathered up by Palat. Penalty call coming up here against the Canadiens. Tampa Bay is going to get their first power play of the night. Stamkos. Back to Bogosian with the extra attacker on for the Lightning. And it's touched by Montreal, and the call is made. It's going to be a holding call.
Number 8, Montreal, 2 minutes, holding.
Well, Ben Sherratt, when you start getting movement in the offensive zone, which is what the Lightning were doing, they're starting to get their game now. Good movement, puck retrievals. There's the penalty in the corner. You look at Sherratt, that disgusted look on his face as he spins Stamkos around. Same as the last holding call. You get a free hand off the stick, you end up in the penalty box. So the Lightning power play, which is 3 for 10 in its last 4 games, up against a penalty kill that actually has been better lately. Montreal's 8 for 8 in their last 2 games. But as we said before, they are 30th overall in the league.
First power play of the night for the Lightning, a Toyota power play. They start with a puck. Here's Palat, looks, shoots, and Allen got a piece of that. Victor Hedman puts it across to Palat. Palat in front, trying to find a tip from Cirelli, and it's worked back to Hedman again. Hedman walks the line, slaps it down to Palat. Andre Palat back up top to Hedman. Edmund walks the line. He's being watched by Paquette. Here's Palat into the corner for Killorn. Alex Killorn hangs on. Fires a wrister that's blocked by Romanov. Hedman with a shot. That's blocked by Paquette. And this one is cleared to the line. Not out. Held by Hedman. Now Cirelli with a lane. Cuts in. Dishes off. Palat. Back up top to Hedman. Here's Palat with a shot. Another shot block by Montreal. Another one by Romanov as it rolls in on Allen.
Andre Palat got a terrific shot away right off the bat on this power play. I wish Anthony Cirelli at the end of the power play would follow the same way and taken the shot. But here comes Palat. It's a screen shot. I think it hit the handle of the stick, I believe, and Jake Allen. I like seeing him come in like that. He had a little bit of time and room, take the shot, and then get some retrieval. But Anthony Cirelli at the very end, right before we had this whistle, he walked right down the middle and dished it off. He's in prime real estate there. Never took the shot.
Loose puck jumped on by Suzuki. Fed back in front, and they couldn't return the pass back to Nick Suzuki.
That was good work there on the defense there by Sergachev and McDonough. You're not going to fool those two guys. One guy each. Nope, that pass is not going to work.
Suzuki, who does have a shorthanded goal this season, made a beeline for the net. This cross-ice pass picked up by Colton. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. Snapped around the boards, picked up by Perry. It was Perry who scored on the power play on Sunday in Philadelphia. Colton.
Power play, 30 seconds.
Settles the puck down, puts it back to the point for McDonough. Across to Sergachev. Into the corner now and moves back. McDonough. Here's Ross Colton. Saucers it back, and it's out of the reach of Ryan McDonough and outside the line. Back in they come. Corey Perry centers it. One touch to Maroon. And they don't get a shot on that rush. Romanov with a big hit there on Pat Maroon is back up on his feet. Here's McDonough looking for a tip from Perry. Missed the mark. Team's back to 5-on-5 as Sherratt is out of the box.
Good to see Ryan McDonough getting some power play time. We've seen that the last couple of games. I think keeping him in the offensive mind, it helps on the power play for sure. Keeps him from just getting into that trap where he's only matching up and only killing penalties, which has happened in past years. He's such a better player. He's a terrific offensive player as well, and getting him some power play time certainly helps keep him in that mode.
This one's picked off by Killorn and turned back up the ice. As we enter the final minute, shot by Fortier. Puck is loose and Fortier couldn't find it there. Ron Ruda sends it in. Here's Killorn in the backhand, throws it out in front, just out of the reach of Gabriel Fortier. Loose back of the net. Evans with time to make the play, and he lobs this one the length of the ice with the perfect weight on it as Ruda gets back to collect it up. And out comes Ruda with the puck. Banked to center. And inside the line, taking the puck wide is Palat. Palat given a bump there by Sherratt. Back to Bogosian. His shot goes wide. Over the stick of Stamkos. And the Canadiens step out. Caulfield chips it in, and he's checked there by Bogosian. Sergachev works it up the wall, and we are going to hit the horn here in Montreal with just one goal on the board. Joseph ran out of time. He had a great look at the net, but no shot. So we want you to stay tuned for your local Honda dealer's first intermission report. Here's what's coming up. Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk are standing by in the Tampa studio. They will have an interview with the goal scorer, Pat Maroon. We'll hear what he has to say. We will revisit the Stanley Cup Final on the night where we have a rematch here at the Bell Center. Highlights and stats all coming up. One goal scored by Pat Maroon. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Lightning. And you are watching Lightning Hockey on Valley Sports. Montreal, and it is 1-0 here as we get set for the second period. Jay Brandon back with you, along with Brian Engblom. So for the 5th consecutive game, the Lightning score the first goal of the game. And again, it's scored by that Pierre-Edouard Bellemare line.
Yeah, and PK and Andy were talking to the big rig in between periods, and he said, well, we're a heavy line. Yeah, that's for sure. They are. I mean, they know how to play. They're all experienced guys, and you can really learn a lot watching these guys. how they operate in the offensive zone. They control the puck really well. They don't force things. There are the numbers for all three of them just over the last 9 games. That's some really good stuff. I'd love to see Corey Perry shooting the puck on the rush. Belmar is such a smart guy. He gets in there and covers in case they turn it over. But Perry and Maroon in particular, from the tops of the circles in and using the back of the net, and then they wheel it around back to the point, and then both go to the front of the net. All that kind of stuff really spends a lot of time in the offensive zone, and they're really getting effective now, putting some points on the scoreboard.
And that line will start again here in this second period for John Cooper as we drop the puck and we are underway. Lightning trying to improve to 3-0 on this 5-game road trip. Long bank pass up ahead, and oh man, was Maroon ever open? That's a nice defensive play on the backside there by Paquette. Otherwise, Maroon was all by himself. Cutting back in there is Dauphin. Back into the middle, bouncing puck for Paquette. Saved by Vasilevsky on Cedric Paquette. Puck rolls down the ice for Romanov. He'll bank it back into the corner for Brett Kulak. Chipped out by Pezzetta. Bogosian across to Ryan McDonough. And the Lightning settle things down. Here's Boris Kachuk. Saw the hit coming, and Kulak ended up taking the worst of that one as it's dumped in by Tampa Bay. Romanov up to center. Tapped in by Matthew Perreault. Another free agent acquisition the Canadiens made in the offseason. Coming over from the Winnipeg Jets. Perreault steers that puck into the middle, but it's picked off by McDonough. That's broken up again by Perreault. Dumped in and trapped behind his own net. There is Jake Allen. Allen, who has made the majority of the starts. And Colton was almost in again there, wasn't he, partner?
Yeah, making a cross-ice pass like that through the middle of the ice from board to board almost. Yeah, not a real good idea by Matthew Perreault. Almost cost him a goal.
So here is Savard, who was picked up at the trade deadline by Tampa Bay last season. His first pass up ahead ends up with Hoffman. He's stripped, and back the other way comes Joseph. Joseph to Palat. His shot well wide of the mark. Rattles off the glass, and it's picked up by Suzuki. There's good pace to this game, that's for sure.
Well, the ice is always good here. Montreal Canadiens like to play fast, particularly at home. It's just a matter of, do they have the effectiveness of moving the puck tape to tape? That's what makes the game fast, is the passing as you're coming out of the zone and through the neutral zone. And yeah, we've seen the legs moving for both teams now.
Cal Foote steps up, goes into the corner. Crisscross there with Palat, who lost his stick on the play, so he'll head back to the bench. Ben Sherrod puts that one out into the middle of the ice. And over on the opposite side, it is Nick Suzuki. He's at the end of a shift, so he'll fire that one in for the Canadiens. And now it's Foote who starts out. Near side for Sergachev. Alex Killorn. And up in the play is Forche. Trying to poke it away there from Kulak. Lost his footing, but caused the turnover. And Cirelli had that puck roll off of his stick. Arturi Lehkonen sends it back out in front. That goes off the stick of Cirelli. Up the board. Cirelli makes a nice play to get it around the defenseman Dvorak, or the forward who's playing defense on that play. And now it's picked up by Cirelli. Sharp angle shot knocked down by Allen. And Lehkonen has got it. Back in it goes. Jake Evans can't keep the puck deep, and it's lifted back in by Paquette. Turned over at the line. Stepping in now is Pezzetta. And he crisscrosses to the front of the net, and he's separated.
Terrific play by Bogosian there. That was a bad turnover by Sergachev. Diagonal pass from deep in your zone to up by the blue line. Line change by Montreal. They're walking right down. Pezzetta had a good chance, but Bogosian took care of him.
McDonough to Bogosian, back to Ryan McDonough. Fast moving second period. Up ahead now, here's Ross Colton. Cuts it in the middle, leaves it for Kachuk. He's poke checked, and it's quickly turned back by Suzuki. Suzuki in over the line. The late man is Savard. Cuts in, bouncing puck. In front, Vasilevsky down, they score! just a loose puck at the side of the nets, and Montreal has tied the game.
A fast break by the Montreal Canadiens, and for me, this was close to offside. But it's your weak side defenseman getting up on the play and David Savard that made all the difference. They're going to review this as they always do. They'll take a look and see if that was offside on that first pass entering the zone. The Lightning get players back, but they can't get the handle. I think if Ruda had to do it over again, don't try to play the bouncing puck there. You have to tie the player up in front of the net. Suzuki's stick and Suzuki should have been pushed well out of the way there. But Ruda tries to knock the bouncing puck out of the air. He misses it, and Suzuki is able to find it. Obviously, it was onside because they dropped the puck, and we keep going.
Nick Suzuki with goal number 6 on the season. Well, the 22-year-old ties this game. After a pretty good start to this second by Tampa Bay, here's a chance developing, chopped in front, and it's scooped up by Vasilevsky, who's got it and hangs on.
Jan Ruda made a good play right here, or Montreal comes right back with another great scoring chance as a mini 2-on-1, and Jan Ruda does a heck of a job there of lying down exactly the right time, shafted the stick right down on the ice, and he's able to break up that pass. So Montreal coming out with the same kind of push they did early on in the first period. Their legs are better than the Lightning's leg in the Lightning zone, and they were making the Lightning pay.
Suzuki with the assists going to David Savard and Jonathan Drouin at 4:20 of this second period. On Montreal's 11th shot on net. Centered out for Evans, his quick shot, and Vasilevsky got a piece of that. And the Canadiens have some life here. Christian Dvorak tried to get it deep, did not. Cut off by Stamkos, and worked back up the ice by the Lightning. Rolls in on Jake Allen. Allen plays this one off the boards, and here comes Suzuki again. With some speed down the left side, cuts it in the middle, and then backs it into the corner. Palat with the outlet to Joseph. Joseph for Stamkos, cuts in, Stamkos shoots, blocked. Rebound, batted around there. What a chance there for Stamkos, and just couldn't get a shot through.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that hit. It might have been Clegg right in front, but Stammer just drifted his way right into the prime scoring area.
12 goals on the season for Stamkos already. Cirelli, Killorn, McDonough in, shoots, that's blocked by Laurent Dauphin, making his Montreal Canadiens debut. Just called up from Laval, his first NHL game in 3 years almost. Killorn inside the line, but that is going to be whistled down for an offside call.
Steven Stamkos had a terrific scoring chance, and he's so good at holding on to the puck. Nice job by Joseph. The center lane drive by Joseph backs the defense off. Steven Stamkos knows, okay, that's going to give me some room. Joseph even lifts the stick a little bit. That delays Sherratt getting across there. Stammer, a nice little fake, and then who does this hit? I'm not sure still. But it never even got to the goaltender. Stammer's taking a look at it too and going, oh, geez, I missed that on the short side.
As mentioned, he's got points in his last 7 games. Does not count as a 7-game point streak because he, of course, took that one night off to be raced home to be there for the birth of his second child in the Stamkos household. Here's Cirelli, puts that puck wide. Radish with a shot, and that is stopped and held by Jake Allen. Montreal has tied things up here. And it's their sniper, Nick Suzuki, with his 99th career point. 1-1. Kia player profile.
One of their future stars. They are hoping Cole Caulfield came right out of Wisconsin last year after winning the Hobey Baker Award. 52 points in 31 games, not shabby. Came in, played 20 games in the playoffs for the Lightning, for the Montreal Canadiens, and had 12 points. This year's been a little tougher. It's one thing to get in the NHL, it's another thing to stay. So he had some things to work on. They sent him down to Laval for a half dozen games this year to work on his game.
He's come back, and he's coming off a 2-assist night against the Nashville Predators. That was their last game, a loss for the Canadiens.
Yeah, he's got some serious talent, but you know, it's away from the puck always. That's where young guys have to really learn the game. When he shoots a puck, it jumps off his blade. You get him down anywhere near the top of the circles, he can score on wrist shots. Coming out of college, of course, having a great year. He was really full of himself, had a lot of confidence, and he, like the rest of the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of this year, had a terrible start. That confidence goes down and your game goes down a bit, so they sent him down to Laval to work on his game a bit.
Out of the corner, sent back to Lehkonen. His drive saved by Vasilevsky. Rebound controlled by the Lightning. Up ahead to Alex Killorn. Killorn stops up top of the circles. Back to the point for Ruda. His slap shot blocked. Gets it back. Snapshot. That's blocked too. Canadiens are blocking a ton of shots tonight. Here's Jake Evans to Paling. Paling puts it across to Sherratt. Back in front. Lehkonen puts it up and over the net. Great setup to Arturi Lehkonen, and he couldn't bury it.
Yeah, he was the last one coming into the zone. Montreal's coming in waves, and it's giving the Lightning some problems. Everybody has to get back in the play. When you back check, you have to come back to a player, not just to his own. And you got to hustle it from behind. And I think that's Palat. Yeah, Palat's coming later on in the play. Doesn't pick up Lehkonen right off the bat. Lehkonen gets his chance, but can't cash in.
Hoffman scores right off the draw, and there is that wrist shot from Mike Hoffman. Buries it, and it's 2-1 Canadiens.
Mike Hoffman's always had tremendous hands. When you win a face-off like this, it's sort of only halfway back, right to the top of the circle. It's so nearly impossible to defend. When you get a guy who will get it, take a couple of steps, and shoot as quickly as Mike Hoffman did. That's real experience there. It's a screen. I think it might even have got deflected a little bit. Looked like it changed. It dipped a little bit on the short side and seemed to fool Vasilevsky. But the fact that Hoffman didn't mess around, he got it, moved 2 or 3 steps, and pulled the trigger right away. Big time key, and now Montreal's rolling.
As mentioned, Hoffman had been out of the lineup, missed 9 games with an upper body injury. Returned on Saturday. That's his first goal since Halloween. And his 5th of the season, and it's 2-1 Montreal. Up ahead to Joseph. Joseph inside the line, finds Colton. His slap shot, save made by Allen. Suzuki picks up an assist on the goal, so he's got 2 points, and he's on the puck right now. Leaves that one in the corner. Joseph. To Ross Colton. Clegg moves the puck up ahead to Suzuki. Now he's going to try the right side. Leaving it for Caulfield out of the corner. Got a sharp angled shot that goes off of Vasilevsky harmlessly.
You see more and more of those shots. Guys trying to catch the goaltender leaning. Try to hit that spot right beside their ear.
Joseph to Bogosian. Hard slap shot, missed the mark. Puck is picked up by Kachuk. Out in front for Belmar. One-timer missed short side. Across to McDonough. McDonough fires one in there, gets away. Here's McDonough. His slap shot right on. And Allen tracking that one very well, makes the stop.
One of the better sequences for the Lightning, getting continuous shots, retrievals. Pick the puck off the wall, get it back into the scoring area. Starts with Kachuk. Nice chance there for Belmar on the short side. And then as the play went on, off the wall and right back at Jake Allen.
Off the draw, Radish battling for it. It comes free for Caulfield, and it's pushed down the ice by the Canadiens. 2 goals in 2 minutes and 48 seconds by the home team here, Brian, and has seen the Canadiens take a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, and you can see there's some pop back in their stride again. It hurt them when they gave up the first goal of the game, that maroon one, but now that they've scored, it's different.
Puck rolls out in front, and Montreal's got it back. Kulak through center. That is Dauphin. Dauphin will dump this one in and get in after it. Dauphin's having an excellent year in the American League with 11 goals, one of the highest goal totals so far in the AHL. And getting a chance here tonight, back in the NHL. Maroon goes crashing in there along with Romanov.
That's the second big collision between those two guys. And Romanov's come out ahead both times.
Romanov doesn't strike you as a big guy, but he plays physically.
He does.
Stravins's stat last year. There's a shot and a save made by Vasilevsky.
Andrei Vasilevsky doesn't let in a lot of shots by Montreal Canadiens, and he proved that right in that Stanley Cup final winning game, the 1-0 game where he shut him right down. Vasi's concentration, watch him pick the puck up, the body's in front, calm all the time, snared that one right out of the air. His vision, he always keeps his head steady. He doesn't pop around a lot. When he does, he'll get up on his toes sometimes in order to try and see the puck, and he's a tall goalie, so he can do that. But he doesn't, jerk around in there. He keeps his vision very level, and I think that has a lot to do with him keeping an eye on the puck.
Here's Savard. David Savard works the puck across to Sherratt. His shot knocked down in front of the Lightning net. Sherratt across. Hoffman trying to give and go there with Savard. He got tied up there with Perry. Paquette's got it now. Slaps that one into the corner. Back up top to Sherratt. Savard tipped in front as the Canadiens moving around here. Walking out of the corner up high is Hoffman. Snapshot to the line, not out. Hoffman with a slap shot, and that ricochets just wide. Stamkos back the other way, steps around his man, he's in. Stamkos tried to get it in front, and a great defensive play, sprawling out to bust it up was Savard. Lehkonen trying to step around Hedman. Puck goes into the corner, batted away by Ruda. Past the midway point now of this second period. Jan Ruda steps into the line and then rings the puck around the boards. Killorn in behind the net with Kulak. Held up by Paling. Edmund swings and misses at that one, and the Canadiens step out with numbers. Here's Paling in front. Ruda broke it up. And it's cleared back up the ice quickly to Killorn. Killorn inside the line, hangs onto that puck, looking for the late man. It's Cirelli. Off the boards, Anthony Cirelli checked by Paling. McDonough now. Ryan McDonough cutting in towards the net, centers it into traffic, and it's knocked away by Montreal. Drouin sends it in. Vasilevsky banks it away from the speedy Canadiens forward. Back out to center, just past the stick there of Drouin. And back in it goes, in behind the net. Allen to Weidman. Suzuki with a 2-point night on the goal. Wide side feed to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield giving a rough ride there, all the way around the edge there by Bogosian. And puck battle in the corner. Forche's down there, so is Bogosian. And it comes free off the skate of Forche. Lifted up and out. Thrown back in by Romanov.
Nice little battle won by Bogosian along the end wall there, and a nice little chip out into the middle to get him out of the zone.
Calling for the backside is Sherratt. And the Canadiens are away again through the center of the ice. Matthew Perreault near side, hopping on the backhand, shovels it out in front. Bouncing puck, and Sergachev has to get rid of it. Savard settles the puck down. Good pass up ahead to Dauphin. Dauphin looks back to the line for Savard. Wrist shot, gets through everybody. And racing after that one is Perreault and Colton. Sergachev now to Foot. Cal Foot with some time and space to move it up into the middle for Tkachuk. Tkachuk now a backhander, steered aside by the blocker of Allen. Along the sideboards, Hedman pokes it back into the corner. Michael Pezzetta plays it back down low for Savard. Hammers that one around the boards where it's trapped by Ruda. Stamkos trying to make a move in traffic. Stripped by Montreal. Hedman sends it back in. It was held into the line. Everybody's onside. Stamkos across the slot, too high. Killorn picks it up near side. Killorn back to Hedman. Up top, and Palat's shot goes off the stick of Drouin and up and out of play. So a couple of goals here in the second period by Montreal. The second one by Mike Hoffman. And it's 2-1 Canadiens on Valley.
Goals, but it might be more if it wasn't for Jan Ruda. This was an excellent defensive play on a mini 2-on-1, and he took that play away. Then another one again. Really good read there. Understanding where everybody in red jerseys are, when to rush, when to force, when not to. When you play with Victor Hedman, Victor's the guy who's the alpha dog. He stays up the ice and he forces plays. Well, it doesn't always go right. You have to have a guy who reads off of that, and Ruda does it well.
And Ruda moves that puck across to Hedman. His shot into the slot area, knocked down. And away with the puck is Evans. Jake Evans, forced back by Hedman, hangs on to the puck. Now being hounded by Palat. And the puck is cleared back out to center. Montreal has had the puck a lot in this second period, have they not?
Yeah, they've really used the ice extremely well. Everybody is on the move. Their defense coming out of the zone have had options to pass to. That's always a big key. You have to have somebody to pass to. They have guys going in different directions. See that pass to? You see you have Hoffman coming back towards the defense, making themselves available like a receiver in football, doing it down and out, coming back towards the quarterback. Makes it a lot easier to throw for the QB. That's what's happening for the defensemen from Montreal. Because of that, they have rhythm coming out.
Puck battle in the corner. Jan Ruda lost his stick momentarily. Now he's got it back as the puck comes around to the far point. Romanov trying to keep it in, and he does. And now it's near side for Radish. Radish finds Cirelli on the fly. Cirelli stood up there, takes a good hit from Romanov, but that is going to be a penalty, and Bogosian is going to go in and have a discussion with Romanov about that hit.
Well, you were talking about Romanov earlier on. We've seen the collisions between him and Pat Maroon, and he came out ahead in both cases. But Zach Bogosian didn't like the way that attack looked. Cirelli cut across the middle, so Romanov and Cirelli end up going in opposite directions. And sometimes that's when arms slip out, legs slip out, and Bogosian didn't like the way it looked.
Cirelli's checking the replay. We will sort things out when we come back. 2-1 in Montreal.
What Zach Bogosian saw was maybe Romanov's leg coming out. Here's Cirelli, puts the brakes on, sees him coming, and then there's the leg, and then there's a knee. The knee does not hit knee on knee, thank goodness, so Cirelli could really have been hurt. But when you see guys' legs collide like that, Bogosian didn't like the look of it, and he didn't even wait. He jumped on Romanov right away.
Stays 5-on-5. Here's Sergachev with a shot. Allen a save. Puck is loose. They jam away, and it stays alive, and it's skated out by Dauphin. Both Romanov and Bogosian went down their respective tunnels as they even things out with the penalty calls.
When you have guys like Romanov who like to hit, you have to have your head up. Cirelli did. He had his head up. So on the attack, when he kind of pulled up and came across the middle, anytime you cut across the middle, right to left, left to right, it doesn't matter. You better have your head up and assume that somebody is hunting you. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt.
Now, they have just announced the penalties. Took a while to sort it out. 2-5 for Romano. Well, Romanov, I beg your pardon, with the tripping and the fight, and Bogosian gets 2, 5, and 10. Ooh. So he's gone for a while from this game. Here's Foot up top to Sergachev. Sergachev dancing around there. Here's Foot, loads up and fires. Radish battles for the puck, got it back to the line again and gets the puck back along the side boards. Caulfield trying to poke it out, and he does. Puck was touched by a player on the Lightning bench, so we get a whistle. And now a word from Suncoast Credit Union.
My friends told me about Suncoast Credit Union and how they offer the lowest loan rates around. I applied from their mobile banking app. Who knew that buying a new car could be so easy?
Well, we've seen the Lightning too many times this year where a defenseman goes down with an injury and can't finish the game. So now Bogosian's not injured, but he's gone for the next 17 minutes, and that hurts a lot too. So we'll be doubling up on the shifts for guys and rotating 5 guys on the back end.
Puck pulled back. Ben Sherratt with it, gets the center and puts a wrist shot in. Lehkonen fires it back in for Montreal. In the corner, it is McDonough. Banks it up ahead, waiting for it is Maroon. And Lehkonen took it away from him momentarily. Now up ahead for Corey Perry. Here's Perry trying to get in there on Sherrod. Still with it. Turns and fires, and a good save made by Allen on Corey Perry. Back to the point. Ruda with a slap shot. Blocked by Paquette. McDonough in towards the net, and that goes up and into the netting for the whistle.
What a crafty old veteran move this was. Corey Perry's really on the move now. Watch this. He can't quite get to the front of the net, but he fools Ben Sherratt completely. The one-handed drag right back through his feet. Watch this. Do I have inside position? No. Puts on the brakes a little, but then stays with it. And that spin-around shot, you got to hand it to Jake Allen. That was a heck of a save. Those spin-around shots, well, we saw Maroon score in the first period on a spin-around. But what a move by Corey Perry, who's just getting better and better now every game. He's a threat so many times a game. 4, 5, 6 times a game now.
Backhander saved by Allen. Again, right off the draw. Hedman slaps it across, waiting for it his foot. Whoops, banks that one off the end boards. Stamkos trying to dig the puck out. He's being watched very closely there by Drouin. And it comes to the opposite boards for Foot. Edmund along the sideboards. Here's Joseph. Shot, another save made by Allen, who's busy the last couple of minutes here.
And Matthew Joseph getting a couple of great scoring chances here. First one right off the faceoff. He'll just wade his way in, does a nice job, keeps it on the backhand, gets a really good shot away, and as the shift went on, Lightning maintained possession, and number 7's going to get free, top of the circle, pulls the trigger again. He said he had good memories coming back here too after winning in the final, especially the games here in Montreal. Of course, he played in the Quebec League. He said to have friends there, but the friends were cheering for Montreal. I was thinking, you got to get some new friends.
No, not here. They're not going to. They are happy for him, but they're not going to cheer for him when they're playing the Montreal Canadiens.
That's ridiculous.
You know that as well as anybody. Here's Clegg. Clegg makes the play up ahead to Evans. Evans with a rink-wide pass. Good feed. Paling cuts back on Foot. Back to the line. Lehkonen with a drive. That goes wide. Evans again. Jake Evans, who, again, did not play in the Stanley Cup final. He was injured in the series against Winnipeg. Took a very heavy hit from Mark Scheifele, was suspended on that play. Savard puts the puck across. Clegg winds, slap pass, looking for Caulfield in the slot.
And Cirelli did a really good job on Caulfield. I do believe he had his stick elevated off the ice, so Caulfield could not redirect that one.
Rolls back for David Savard. Across to Cale Clegg. Suzuki trying to chip it around Kachuk. Kachuk holds his ground, and now here's Radish and Kachuk trying to work something back and forth. Instead, Dauphin breaks that up. Good work here by the Colton line. Keeping the puck inside the blue line. Now Kachuk. A backhander. Gets it right back and feeds the line to Ruda. Ruda. Trick there by Suzuki. Put it right on his stick and down it goes. At center, it's Belmar. Belmar cuts across the zone and then leads it for Maroon. Maroon has got the lone goal tonight for the Lightning. McDonough with a wrist shot that goes off a skate. Perry gathers up the rebound. Back to Pat Maroon. Out front, there's Belmar with a shot. Save made by Allen. He's been really sharp here in the late stages of this second period. Now it's Perry trying to dance in, draws a penalty. Puck is covered up by Allen as he desperately tries to get a hold of that rebound in front, but a penalty call coming up against Montreal.
When you control the puck like this, you're going to draw some penalties. Great
Montreal,
shift.
58, minor penalty, tripping.
Right from the attack on in, the patience that they show and how they use each other, and they don't force anything. That's how the play ended, with Maroon going behind the net, and Belmar, who's usually the high guy, moved, just sifted his way into a nice scoring area, got a good shot. They maintain position, they get retrievals, And then Corey Perry going back towards the net, draws the penalty by David Savard, so the power play will go to work for the Lightning.
Second power play of the night for them. They're 0 for 1 with just one shot on it. Hedman in front, and then puck is cleared by Kulak. Sherratt trying to get it away from Palat. He does, and the Canadiens get the clear down the ice.
That shot pass by Victor Hedman was a beauty, but Killorn just sort of stopped it. He wasn't able to redirect it. It was in his feet a little bit, or that could easily have been a goal.
Here's Killorn with it now. To Palat. Time winding down here in the second period. Cirelli turns and fires. Puck is loose, and Killorn can't find it. Back to the point for Hedman. Into the corner. Palat trying to feed Killorn in front of the net and couldn't find him with all the Montreal penalty killers in the way. And that's going to do it here for the second period. There is still 1 minute and 13 seconds worth of power play time for the Lightning to work with when the third period resumes, and they are down a goal. Stay tuned for your local Honda dealer's second intermission report. Here's what's coming up. Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk are standing by in the Tampa studio. They will have an interview with Matthew Joseph. They will have highlights and stats and take you around the NHL on a 10-game schedule tonight. In the league, here in Montreal, it's the home team with a 1-goal lead. 2-1 Canadiens over the Lightning on Valley. The Montreal Canadiens own a 1-goal lead after 2 periods of play. So we welcome them back inside the Bell Center. Dave Randolph with you alongside Brian Engblom. And I think the Lightning, they kind of got some traction for the last, 3, 4, 5 minutes or so of that second period. And Joseph talked about it in the interview in the intermission.
Yeah, it's going to be about intensity for the third period. They made a couple of mistakes. 2 of them went in the back of the net. This Montreal team is young. They have nothing to lose, so they're just going like heck. They got a pretty good game going, so the Lightning have to take it away from them. I think the Cirelli line and the Stamkos line, they've had a couple of good looks. Just keep bearing down, get into that scoring area again. Stammer had that one great chance that ended up getting blocked. I know Cirelli walked right down the middle, ended up passing it off. But you know that those top 2 lines want to get a few more looks at the net. Alex Killorn hasn't been able to find the handle in front of the net. He's been there, but just keep shooting pucks at Jake Allen and putting pressure on their D.
And here are your stats through the 40 minutes, brought to you by Ford.
Faceoffs pretty much dead even. Steven Stamkos is the best faceoff man in the game so far, and that could come in handy, although one of the key goals in this game was a win by Montreal, and the Hoffman goal won the faceoff, and he shot right away.
So the Lightning start the third period with 1:13 with a power play time, and they go right to work with the puck inside the blue line. Andre Palat. Back and forth he goes with Cirelli. Back to Cirelli, who's open, cuts in, got a backhander away. And Allen made the save as he ran into Killorn. And Cirelli's still slow to get up.
Yeah, there's been a couple of situations here where Cirelli just seems to have changed his mind when he's in scoring areas and has come away with nothing.
Hedman tries to carry the puck inside the line. He's forced back. Puck goes wide for Stamkos. Now near side for Killorn. Alex Killorn off the board, trying to find Stamkos, and he did not. Paquette does the rest. They both go down the ice. Killorn takes that away and winds his way out from behind the net through center. Shovels it up ahead to Sergachev. Banked back up for Killorn. Sent back by Perry across. Maroon gets it to Sergachev. Here's McDonough. Sergachev with a hard rocket shot that goes high and rattles out of the zone with just 2 seconds to go in the minor against David Savard.
And Sergachev's got his head down as he skates away from that zone after the whistle went. It was a good setup. It was a good take of the zone. And that's the Cirelli chance that he just seemed to change his mind of what he wanted to do. Came away with nothing. Here's the Sergachev shot. And as soon as that one went high and around, he looked down like, oh, geez. Got under that one too much again. He has a tendency to do that, especially on the one-timers. He's a high, wide guy. You got to bear down on those, stay through the shot, and make sure he's concentrating, keeping it down below that crossbar.
Just a couple of seconds remaining in this power play, their second of the game. Belmar battling for the puck off the draw. Montreal's got it, and Savard's out of the box. So we're back to 5-on-5. Here's Evans. Evans across, and it's knocked away by Bellemare. They were trying to find Savard out of the box. Up ahead now to Corey Perry. Perry's shot is swallowed up and held by Allen.
Excellent job by Bellemare coming back into the zone, taking that cross-ice pass away, or it would have been a really good scoring chance. David Savard coming out of the penalty box on the left side of the ice, but look at Bellemare. He saw what was happening. Sergachev crossed over and put pressure on the puck carrier, but that left wing side open for Montreal, and if it wasn't for that guy, that would have been a free chance on Vasilevsky.
Colton settles in against Nick Suzuki, who's got 2 points tonight, a goal and an assist. Puck worked back to the line, cleared out to center for Suzuki. Tips it ahead. Here's Jonathan Drouin trying to step in, and the puck is batted away by Ruda. Radish lifts the puck in for the Lightning. Pressure comes in the forecheck, but Montreal's got the puck. It's Clegg up ahead to Drouin. Radish picks that off in the middle of the ice, and it's pushed back in. Radish sends it back, and racing after it into the corner is Colton. Colton being helped out over there by Kachuk. Edmund holds the puck in and forces Weidman back there. Weidman makes the play to Hoffman, who right now has the go-ahead goal of the game. Now it's Drouin trying to cut back on Ruda and cannot. Jonathan Drouin just 1 goal in his last 17 games right now. Here's Cirelli stepping in over the line, leaves it for Killorn. Red shot, save made by Allen. Puck goes up in the air, pulled down by Dauphin. Back to get it is Dauphin. Sherratt works it up the near side boards. Foote steps up on his man and forces him right back. And lifted back down the ice. Inside the Lightning blue line, here's Foote to Sergachev. Alex Killorn puts it rink wide for Matthew Joseph. And back in it goes. Out of zone time to start this third period for the Lightning.
Tough to get in the scoring area, though. Montreal has kept them to the outside for the most part, but that's where it starts. Get the puck in the zone, be patient, use the ice that's there. Eventually, you'll get a look at the net.
Cirelli with a wrist shot that goes off the leg and wide of the mark. And Montreal just gets this out of the zone again. Popped in by Caulfield. Sergachev back in his own zone in the corner there with Dauphin. Slapped back in by Montreal and then moved back out to center ice. Picked up by Stamkos. He was defended by Clegg. Stamkos gets it right back. He and Palat up of the play, work back to the line, but it was in between McDonough and Ruda and goes down the ice. Here's Poehling jumping on a loose puck. In behind the net, now it's Ruda. Trying to get away from the Montreal forecheck. Poehling puts it into the corner. Backing up is Jake Evans. Poehling takes the bank pass. His sharp angled shot knocked down by Vasilevsky. And the rebound skated out by Maroon. Moves it up ahead to Perry. Corey Perry's been creating chances again tonight. Cleared by the Canadiens. Cal Foote with lots of time. Moves it up to Perry, tipped on the way in. Here's Bellemare up the forecheck, followed up by Perry. Keeps that puck in the corner. Sherratt was surrounded, got it to Paquette, and they just lifted back down.
Montreal's efficiency level overall in this game in their own zone, I'm sure must be much better than it's been in most games they've played this year. Some of the Lightning lines, like the Colton line that usually spends a lot of time in the offensive zone, has struggled especially to be in the offensive zone. It's been interesting to watch the Colton line. Early on in the season, they'd get zone time like crazy and couldn't score. Lately they can score, but they don't get as much zone time. When they put both of them together, they're really going to be a menace.
And this one sent back down the ice again. Icing waved off. Sergachev sweeps it around, waiting for it near side is Radish. Back to Sergachev. Right back onto the stick of Radish. Radish mishandled the puck and gave it away, and Montreal's able to work it across to Drouin, and he almost had Suzuki off to the races. Nick Suzuki to Mike Hoffman. Colton checks Savard. Now up high. There's Caulfield. Fans on it. And it's taken away by Colton. Crowd buzzing there. Great chance for Cole Caulfield. Kulak works the puck up the left wing boards, but it's bumped back out by the Lightning, who step back inside of the line. Here's Killorn, puts it across, gets it back. Big save by Allen once, twice on Killorn. Try to center it. Savard is down. Puck stays loose as the Lightning lean on it a bit here. What a stop by Allen. Here's another try by Folche. That's blocked. Cirelli in towards the net. That is blocked. He goes after his own rebound. Trying to work it out in front and can't. Savard swipes at it, and it's picked up by Killorn. Tired Canadians out there right now. Matthew Perreault trying to relieve the pressure. This one slapped up to center ice. Knocked down by Dauphin, back inside the blue line. Here come the Lightning again through center. Andre Palat onto the back end. In it goes. Joseph's up there as well. Matthew Joseph puts it back. Play took it away from Palat. Stamkos follows up on the backside. Montreal having all kinds of problems just kind of getting it across center ice right now. Most of this third period's been inside this blue line. Here's Sergachev, throws it in front, comes off a skate, and Evans lifts this up and out again.
Lightning's urgency level is way up now, and they're spending a lot of time there in the offensive zone. You're right. They keep turning pucks over and getting to loose pucks before Montreal. That continued pressure is going to pay off for them to keep this going.
Montreal starts out. Shots are 4-1 in favor of the Lightning. In this third period, puck's out in front. There's Pezzetta with a drive. That's blocked. Hoffman making moves to Pezzetta. And Vasilevsky's got that. On a good-looking chance for Montreal. Their first in a while because it's all been down to the other end. How about that save by Jake Allen?
And Killer couldn't get a lot on it. He got a solid shot away, but just the angle that he was on, he did a good job to get it to the net. And it was a big save by the goaltender. There's a real good look at it. And Jake Allen, who has been very sharp in this game, finally got some support in front after those initial saves. And Killorn continued to fish around, but just couldn't get it underneath the defenseman or by the goaltender. But Lightning coming through with some really good shifts here in succession in the third period, down by a goal.
Face off to the right to Vasilevsky. Ruda knocks it away. There's a shot from Drouin that just goes wide. In around 4 minutes, Zach Bogosian will be eligible to come back into the game after serving all of those 17 minutes worth of penalties. Here's tonight's Jackpot Stat brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Well, playing on the road is imperative if you're going to be a good team. Tampa Bay Lightning are third in that department. Real nice stuff. They play the right kind of game. They're experienced. They know how to put games away when they do get a lead, and that has a lot to do with their road record. Right now, they have to get the lead back.
And they've come back to win a couple of games when trailing after 2 so far this season. Trying to do that again here tonight in Montreal, a place where they've won 4 of their last 5 games. Here's Lehkonen. He's alone. Lehkonen shoots, and he fired it high. Out in front again, Vasilevsky, the save on Evans. Has 2 great chances for the Canadiens, and they're still inside the line. Here's a shot up high on Vasilevsky from Savard. He stops that too. Colton got something up high as the puck rolls in on Vasilevsky. The ref was standing right there in the corner as he feels he was obviously high-sticked.
This might be just sheer intimidation by a great goaltender, Arturi Lehkonen. It's a tough situation for Ruda. A bouncing puck, it's airborne. You know you're under pressure. You can't quite handle it. The forward has nothing to lose. Lehkonen comes in and just gets a little too much air underneath it. Vasilevsky doesn't show him much, and Lehkonen throws it right over the crossbar. here's the way the play ended at the end. A stick came up. I think it might even have been Stamkos' stick that hit him in the mouth. And so the referees got that one right. No penalty on the play.
And another face-off to the right of Vasilevsky. Joseph gets a hold of the puck and starts out. Puts it right up ahead to Killorn. Killorn, who just had that great chance moments ago. Stopped by Allen. Closing in on the midway point of this third period. Lightning down a goal. Dumped back in by Joseph into the near corner. Cirelli's up on the play. So is Killorn. And now it's Clay. Leaves it for Suzuki. They can't clear it. Cirelli bouncing puck rolled away from him. And a penalty call is made. Hooking call is coming up, and the Lightning are going to get another power play here in the third period.
Stay on the puck, keep your feet moving, and you can draw penalties.
Montreal, number 14, minor penalty hooking.
Nick Suzuki was behind Anthony Cirelli. Suzuki got his pocket picked there, and he got jammed at the blue line by Hedman. And then when he gets on the hands the second time on Cirelli, he ends up getting that hooking penalty. So there's a big part of the game here. 10.5 to go roughly in the third period. Lightning down by a goal, and they got a power play chance.
25% on the road. That is 8th best in the NHL entering action tonight. Another big chance, and they start with a puck. Here's Hedman, puts it across to Cirelli, back up top to Victor. Near side, Palat. Victor, Hedman, Anthony Cirelli in, shoots right back to Hedman. Palat to Hedman again, moves it across to Cirelli. Cirelli, Hedman fakes the shot, moves in. There's a wrister, hits the post, rebound. Palat, Hedman fires again, and that one goes high and wide. Hedman rings one off the iron here in the third period. He's got the puck again. Hedman back across to Palat. Hedman. Stamkos now. Out near the blue line, works it inside to Andre Palat. Everything over here on that right side. Here's Steven Stamkos into the middle, off the skates of Cirelli and down the ice. Vasilevsky came out to move the puck back up quickly and surprised everybody, and it's sent right back down by Montreal.
Lightning did a good job of showing some very different looks than they usually use. Cirelli looping up high a couple of times. Got a couple of really good looks. That's it, Hedman.
Perry cuts in, leaves it for McDonough. His wrist shot deflected up and out of play. Faceoff will stay inside the blue line with 46 seconds remaining in the power play.
Well, let's go back and take a look and see what they do. Victor Hedman with a great fake shot. And then you can see Jake Allen never saw that one that hit the pipe. He didn't even flinch. The second one, I don't know if he saw it either, but Victor was over the crossbar on that one. He's been so effective moving in, especially on the power play like that. But Cirelli looping up on that left wing side really opened things up a lot too. So the Lightning not showing their standard edition power play, trying to get the puck to Stamkos standing in the left wing faceoff circle.
Yeah, didn't get it over there once. Sergachev tripped up as he entered the zone, but he got the puck deep, and Montreal sent it right back out with just 24 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Just under 9 minutes remaining in regulation. Lightning down a goal. The trailer is Colton. Colton straight up the ice. In comes Romanov, and he decks him. Almost sandwiched there between Romanov and Paquette.
He would have gone down, but he was held up by the other Montreal player.
Here comes Hedman, steps in, shoots, saved by Allen on Victor Hedman. Suzuki's into the box, down low. Here's a shovel pass in front, and it comes out the other side. Lots of pressure now from the Lightning. Belmar on top of that puck. To Sergachev, calling for it is Maroon. Maroon back in front. That goes off a stick. Gathered up by Belmar, trying to go back across the grain. And Suzuki trying to work his way down the ice, still with it. Is Suzuki across, and he had Dauphin open, and he couldn't connect. What an effort by Nick Suzuki on that last play.
Victor Hedman's really starting to roll now, boy. He could smell blood on that last power play. And on this shift, boy, moving in, moving up the ice. He doesn't want to wait till the last minute or two, that's for sure.
Icing is the call. 7:48 to go.
Victor Hedman can be such a beast, and he is in that mode right now. A little give and go. Watch him drive in. A lefty on the right wing side, so he has a good look at the net there. Trying to go top shelf on the far side. Jake Allen holding his ground. They continue to retrieve pucks. Get it back into the paint. Allen and his defensemen have had the answer so far.
Belmar against Drouin on this drop. Drouin pulls it back. And it rolls in on Vasilevsky, and they will reset and drop it there again when we come back after this television timeout. 7:44 to go, and a tight one at the Bell Center. Sports Thursday night as the Lightning travel to Toronto to face the Maple Leafs. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Lightning Live pregame Thursday. It's the Bolts and the Leafs right here on Valley Sports.
Looking at some interesting live stats, it's no surprise that actual possession time, we have the puck on your stick. Victor Hedman and Ryan McDonough have the most for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but Mike Hoffman, a forward for the Montreal Canadiens, actually has the most time of possession. That shows you how much possession time they had in the offensive zone, I think, and he's obviously got a goal in this game as well. Usually regroups, etc., for defensemen give them more time with the puck on their stick, but for Montreal, Hoffman's had the biscuit a lot.
Lead pass up ahead to Matthew Joseph at center. He goes to the backhand and lifts one right over the Montreal net. Gathered in the corner, right to McDonough. Slap pass trying to find Stamkos in front. Stamkos at the red line. Joseph puts it back to the middle of the ice. That caroms right back to Jake Evans. And Evans dumps it in for the Canadiens.
That Stamkos line has not had any puck luck really at all tonight. They've had to work for everything, and even when they've created some plays, they've hit a stick or mishandled at the last second, or somebody blocks a shot or whatever. They just have really struggled to get that finishing touch tonight.
Now Radish is out there for his shift along with Cirelli and Killorn. And this one is icing against the Canadiens.
Steven Stamkos, who we've talked about so many times, had just a terrific year. Points in 17 of the 23 games that he's played. He missed that one game with the birth of his child. He's got two overtime goals and 2 game-deciding goals. That's out of 6 wins the Lightning have in overtime and shootouts. That's pretty darn good decisive stuff from Stammer.
Edmund works it across the ice, picked up by Radish. And the Lightning will reset to the backside at Sergachev. Up ahead to Hedman. Throws it across, got through Radish. And it's picked up now by Arturi Lehkonen. Time winding down here in this third period. Lightning down a goal. Evans cuts across. Puck rolls away into the corner. Put back to the line for Cale Clay. Perreault challenged immediately there by Fortier. And there is Kulak with a drive. Puck is loose and it's pushed away by Hedman. Victor Hedman right there to knock it away. Now it rolls in on Vasilevsky, and he will make sure and cover up. 5:49 to go. It's a 1-goal game in Montreal on Valley Sports.
He's going to go about 8 feet wide, and he gets his stick on it. It hits the heel of his stick, then goes off of Victor Hedman's foot. Look at this. The redirection then off of Victor Hedman. Vasilevsky is in the process of moving, but Vasi's so good. He keeps everything tight while he's moving. There are no holes, and because of that, he was able to fight that one off.
7 goals for the Tampa Bay Lightning a couple of nights ago in Philadelphia. They're stuck on 1 here so far tonight in Montreal. Caulfield with a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Right off the draw. They've been able to do that a few times tonight, including with Hoffman, which right now is the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. Just winning these face-offs. Sometimes the best win is just to the top of the circle, where that forward can really just get loose really quickly, walk the top of the circle and take the shot right away. Nice little handoff there quickly on this one by Perreault, but another good scoring chance. And yeah, I want to say that's 3, if not 4 chances, and the Hoffman goal in a similar situation.
Puck went out of play, face off at center ice. And it's moved in by Zach Bogosian, who's now back out on the ice. His first shift since about 5 minutes remaining in the second period.
He needs another warm-up.
Perry trying to backhand sweep pass across, and Matthew Perreault was there to break that up. And down the ice it goes. McDonough throws this one down the ice. Picked up behind the net by Sherratt. Then Sherratt to Drouin and back in for Montreal. Ruda with a back pass, got away from Cirelli, and it's banked back to the line. Trying to find Sherratt, but instead Palat skates into it. Here's Palat trying to split the D, and Sherratt, a very dependable blue liner, angles him off. But it comes back to Hedman. Hedman across to Ruda, into traffic off a skate. Stamkos to Hedman. Ruda takes the shot. Hoffman broke his stick in the play and kicks it up ahead to Suzuki. And Suzuki takes this one down the ice with Hedman watching him all the way. Jan Ruda backs up in behind his own net. Lightning complete a line change in front of him, and here they come up the ice. Joseph, right side, cuts in, stripped of the puck, and Montreal takes over from there. It's Lehkonen. Lehkonen is not the best finisher on the Montreal Canadiens. It never really has been, but he's very dependable defensively. He makes lots of little plays like that.
Well, it causes a lot of turnovers, and when you have a team that's quick like Montreal, it causes turnovers all over the place. You're going to get chances.
Here's Evans, puts the puck across, back to the point for Romanov. No shot lane, so he just dumps it right back in along the inboards. Paling is in the corner. 3.5 to go. Montreal content to take more time off the clock. Poked ahead by Colton. And Killorn works it up the boards. Joseph into the middle trying to find Colton. And now it's the Canadiens with the puck. Belmar. Lead pass for Corey Perry. Perry in, toe drag, sweeps it back across. Trying to find Maroon, and the pass never got there. Puck's in behind that Montreal net. They dig away for it. Belmar's down low. Perry finds it. Gets along the boards for McDonough. Back to Corey Perry. Perry, Maroon. Add Maroon in the corner with Perry. Takes the play. It's fed back to the point. Ruda puts it across to McDonough. McDonough to Ruda. Wrist shot, and it's tipped high over the Montreal net and out of play. Well, here is tonight's Road Ahead, brought to you by Toyota.
Well, the Lightning will get on a plane right after this game and head to Toronto. That'll be an interesting game. Toronto's been a high-flying team this year. Then on to Ottawa to finish off this road trip on a Saturday afternoon, an early game. And then head home, play against the Los Angeles Kings, another team we haven't seen in, seems like forever. Vasilevsky out of the net, and extra attacker for the Lightning.
Scrum off the draw, comes out in front of the Montreal net. Empty net, and that pass just got away from Drouin. Drouin chases after the loose puck with 2.5 to go. And Palat digs it off the boards. Lead pass up ahead to Killorn, who steps inside over the line. They'll try to set things up. Killorn looks back to the line for Perry. Hedman now into the corner for Steven Stamkos. Stamkos across. Perry scores! Corey Perry has tied the game. And when you are hot, you're hot. And that veteran is smoking right now. And we got a tie game with 2:09 to go.
He's created a ton in this game again tonight. Corey Perry will just make a pass and then go to the net. That's what he does so well. Patience by Hedman, patience by Stamkos, and look at that seam. Just a little bit of a seam. Stammer waits and waits, and Montreal gets fixated on him. They don't look at what Corey Perry is doing away from the play. And Stammer threads the needle. Corey Perry leans on the stick and redirects it in the far side. Oh, there's a real good look. Oh, that went off his leg. Wow. That's some terrific concentration there for Corey Perry. And you're right. When you're hot, you can score goals like that. nothing would go in for this guy for the first 16 or 17 games, and I mean nothing. He could have had 6 or 7 goals in that stretch to start the season, but nothing would go. Now they're going in off his shin pad. That one was deflected, and it still went in. Big goal for Corey Perry.
Yeah, but now he's got 6 goals in his last 9, and that is obviously a huge one here on the road with 2:09 left on the clock. Ruda with the puck. Snaps that one in. Around the boards it goes. Colton gets there first. Keeps it deep. As the Lightning go right back to work. And behind the net, Paling trying to get away from Radish. Lifts it back as the center. Romanov. Montreal can't get it deep. Corey Perry with goal number 6 on the season from Stamkos and Hedman at 17:51. Colton gets it to McDonough. McDonough pressured immediately there by Paling and just gets it outside the blue line. Here's Evans. Evans with a quick move down the ice to Paling off his stick and down. Big 6-on-5 goal for the Lightning here in Montreal tonight. Alex Killorn up there in the forecheck. So is Cirelli. Puck got away from him, and now it's Perreault back the other way on the left side. Cirelli catches up to him, and Perreault, undeterred, finds the open man, and Savard is shot up high on Vasilevsky, way up in the air and in behind the net. David Savard with a good look on his old teammate there. And Vasilevsky makes the save. Savard takes the hit. Cirelli banks it off the boards and out. And here's a break for Killorn up the ice. Killorn in front. They score! Andre Palat makes it 3-2 Lightning.
That's the way to build on a lead. Andre Palat's had a heck of a game. He's been all over the puck, and this is an outstanding play. You battle along the wall. Cirelli does that. He always does. Now watch Killorn. Patience, patience, wait. A little area pass. And Palat, who just works harder than Montreal does. He gets an inside position. He's able to control the puck. And nice little move. Look at these hands by Palat at high speed. Get it on the backhand, flick it over to your forehand, and throw it top shelf on the far side. That is a beautiful goal by the Tampa Bay Lightning.
How about this? 2 goals in 1 minute and 30 seconds in the late stages.
Timeout. Montreal is calling their 30-second timeout.
Montreal calls a timeout with 37.1 seconds on the clock. They will try to get Allen out of the net as fast as possible.
Well, when you go back to when Vasilevsky was first pulled and the faceoff was in the Montreal zone, Montreal started to come out of the zone. They had a chance for Drouin in the middle of the ice. He couldn't handle the pass. It would have been a sail in from the blue line in order to get an empty net goal, and obviously would have iced the game for the Montreal Canadiens. So that would have made it 3-2 for them, and instead the Lightning are able to come back. Here's the faceoff. They control it. Look at Drouin in the middle of the ice. Just can't quite reach it. That's a slam dunk, empty netter. Game is over. Well, the Lightning stay with it. They come back to the other end of the ice. They've scored 2 quick goals. The Corey Perry goal right after that. And now Andre Palat with a real stunner. 37 seconds to go. And Montreal's down by a goal. The Lightning are going to seal this one off the way they know how to do it.
Cirelli and Killorn get the assists on the goal. That shot goes in on Allen. And Tampa Bay just trying to keep this puck down here. Under 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Killorn forces Clegg back. Clegg puts it up ahead to Suzuki. Tries to make a move, and it's poked back in by Cirelli. There goes Allen to the bench, and up the ice comes Sherratt. Straight up the middle of the ice, snaps a shot, but it is offside at the blue line with 9.2 on the clock. Here is the Ackerman Jewelers Diamond Performance.
And for me, I think it's Corey Perry. He's had a heck of a game again. He's created a lot of offense, and he scored the real key goal. Yeah, it's a beautiful pass, a great setup by Stamkos, but look at Corey Perry. This puck is not on the ice. It gets deflected, and his concentration, I think it goes right off his shin pad at about knee high. And yeah, when you're hot, but he has had the puck on his stick, created a ton, created scoring chances, and got paid off right there. A very key goal to tie that one up. And then Palat followed it up with the go-ahead goal. What a recovery for the Tampa Bay Lightning here. Quick succession, Boyd. They have killer instinct, and they have really shown it in this game.
Cirelli pulls that puck back. McDonough just plays it off the boards. In support there is Killorn trying to grind out the final seconds. Into the corner it goes, and that is it. Start the bus. The Lightning are leaving the Bell Center with 2 points, with 2 goals in the final 2:09, and they take it 3-2 final, and they are a perfect 3-0 on this road trip, heading into Toronto for what should be a whale of a game on Thursday night. The Lightning continue to get things done. Don't forget, Lightning Live postgame presented by Advent Health is coming up right after the break with Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk. On behalf of my partner, Brian Engblom, this is Dave Random saying thanks for watching. We'll talk to you Thursday night from Toronto as the Lightning win again.